First down here at the 35. Ortiz goes to his left, and he slips and slides a little bit to the just about the 30 for a 4-yard gain. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully video works really well for all of our viewers, but welcome into Declo High School as we are just nearing the end of the second quarter. The Aberdeen Tigers on top of the Declo Hornets right now, 8-0 in this conference matchup. Lupe Ortiz, the quarterback, will hand off to his tailback. This roster is really fun to look at. Jeremy Partita. It is sorted by grade, so it'll be a little bit of maneuvering back and forth. My name's Dallin Fryer. Welcome in once again. I'm joined tonight by Eric Wardle. First time on the IdahoSports.com broadcast and getting to see all of the kinks that come with broadcasting. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how it happens sometimes with technical difficulties. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we are glad to have you. For those of you that are just joining us or have been watching stagnantly on the side, this game started with a turnover on downs by Declo, a 4-yard touchdown run by Lupe Ortiz for Aberdeen just as the first quarter expired, and they were able to get a 2-point conversion on that. Declo punted, Aberdeen punted, and Declo turned the ball over on downs once again. And as we near the end of the second quarter at 56 seconds left, I've been working a lot of the audio difficulties, but Eric's been following on the camera. Eric, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, both teams have been moving the ball pretty good. Declo just came up short on that very first drive, just by about a yard or so from getting the first down. Other than that, they're both moving well. Declo just hasn't been able to quite get it across and punch it into the end zone. Aberdeen had the one score. But both teams have been controlling the ball a little bit. It's been kind of fun to watch them move back up and down the field.
Yeah, and as we near the second quarter, Aberdeen, known for their running, are going to drop back for a pass here. They actually had a really good pass on their first possession. Ortiz on the season was coming into the game, was only 3 for 6 with 52 yards. And on their very first play from scrimmage, they gained about 52 yards on a passing play. So go figure there. But that's what you'll see in a Southeast Idaho Conference matchup between two powerhouses. Aberdeen, the number 2 team in the state right now, and Declo, the number 5 team in the state. The last time that these two teams played was last year, as Westside, Declo, and Aberdeen all beat each other, and we're in a 3-way tie for first in their conference. Aberdeen getting the better of Declo by the score that we have right now, actually at 8-0. So it'll be interesting to see as this quarter winds down. 4th and 2 for Ortiz and the Tiger offense, as he's going to keep this one up the middle, and he is going to convert for a first down. Clock will stop at 47.5 as the Tigers bring in a new back. Obviously trying to take as much clock as they can, making sure Declo doesn't get another possession, but at the same time, a running offense, you got to go.
Yeah, you've got to go. Unless now the clock is running, it just stops just for him to set the chains.
Ortiz hands it off once again to Partita. Partita fought for a few extra yards, and I think this will probably be a timeout by Aberdeen.
So, yep. Looks like Aberdeen timeout.
And we'll take this time to thank some of our power boosters. Power boosters are such a great part of our Idaho Sports team. For Declo, we have the Roof Resource, AMI Supply. I think you're pretty familiar with that one, right, Eric?
Yeah, I know the guys there at AMI. If you need something, come see us.
Vitaglow and Kelly's Bearing Supply. For Aberdeen, they also have the Roof Resource as a power booster. Thank you, Roof Resource. Teton Honda and Teton Volkswagen, Diesel Depot, Wright's Auto Service and Repair, along with Idaho Ag Credit. Now, obviously, we didn't get to do much of a pregame because of audio issues, but we'll come with you into halftime and talk a little bit about some of the game plans that was coming to this game. We've seen a lot of it from both sides. Both teams really want to chew clock. Both teams really want to make sure that the other team does not have the ball so that they can chew the clock. I mean, in this half, we've seen 3 possessions each.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, I was doing a game in Kimberly. I think we saw about 6 possessions each in the first half.
Yeah.
and obviously that's their formula.
Yeah, both coaches and both teams, that's what they want to do, is just control the clock and not let the other team's offense on the field.
and obviously works really well when you're ahead, as Aberdeen is right now. On the 20-yard line, 2nd and 7, 27 left in the second quarter. Motion, fake, and Ortiz is going to get this one away somehow. And it was almost caught by number 7, Adam Valdez. Valdez fell over and yet still almost came up with the catch. I don't think he expected the ball to be right there after he fell.
No, and I don't know how Ortiz got that off. He had a couple guys hanging on him.
And Lupe Ortiz, he is Mr. Everything. He was the Offensive Player of the Year last year. He was described by our very own Brandon Bainey, who wrote Aberdeen's team preview this year, as the most dynamic athlete, not just in the conference, but perhaps the entire state when it comes to 3A football. And from watching film a little bit about him, from just following him the last couple of years and seeing him tonight, I can tell you he definitely meets that criteria.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him, and yeah, he definitely is exciting to watch. And
he'll get things done on the defensive side as well, matching up he's a strong safety on the chart, but I've seen him at corner a little bit tonight as well.
Yeah, I saw him on defensive side too.
19 seconds left, 3rd and 7. Ortiz will drop back to pass just over the head and outstretched arms of number 23, Giovanni Valeriana. Let me try that one time. And that'll be 4th and 7. 15.7 seconds left. Obviously, a little deep for what you would expect a field goal, but I almost think that's what we're seeing right now.
Looks like
we did see a good punt earlier by their kicker / punter, Oscar Ordunza. This is going to be about a 37-yard field goal based on my calculations.
Looks about right, yeah.
As they look to get all their men off the field. Snap, good hold, and it's going to be blocked as Ortiz looks to get on it to prevent any further damage done.
That was a nice block there. I didn't see who got in there. Did you see who it was?
I saw about 5 Declo Hornets.
Yeah, there was a few guys that got in there.
Looks like the PA announcer is going to go with TJ Robinson. I'm going to go with him too. Number 79, 5'11", 220 junior, TJ Robinson with the block. And as we are just 10 seconds left, one difference between Declo and Aberdeen is that Aberdeen doesn't pass the ball very much. Declo doesn't either, but coming into the game, quarterback Trayson Thaxton was 14 of 24. So we had seen about 4 times the pass attempts. So he can do it as he drops back to pass here. Going to be a quick one. And I was going to say, I know the coaches are screaming, get out of bounds. But able to get good yards is Preston Wharton. Preston Wharton able to get the team
just over the 50.
As they will set up shop at the 47 with 4 seconds left on the clock. Potentially a Hail Mary. Might have enough time for another quick little out.
Yeah.
Not sure the strength of Thaxton's arm. We've seen him go deep on a couple throws, 20, 30 yards, but I'm not sure about 47 yards. We'll see. But like I said, maybe just enough time for another quick out.
Silcock's down here. He's their number 1 receiver down on the close end here.
As he'll drop back. This is actually going to be a sack to end the half. They might. Oh, coach tried to get a timeout but did not. And on the sack was number 33, Tannen Nelson. Tannen Nelson, as we go into the half, just to shout him out real fast, it was the Defensive Player of the Year last year as well. So somebody that we also have seen good things from over the last several years. I think they're actually going to give one more play. Maybe we don't see anything on the halftime clock yet. I think the ruling will be that there maybe was 1 second left. We saw
timeout.
Head coach Rhett Jones running down the sideline to get that timeout to try to get one more play for the Hornets. And I mean, why not? You got timeouts, you might as well use them, right?
Might as well use it and try, see if you can get something here. Can't take them with you.
Nope.
So they put about 1 second on the clock.
And again, Silcock, normally the only one that lines out wide. But we will see multiple Hornets in route as Thaxton will drop back to pass. He's going to scramble to his right. Needs to check one deep, but he's past the line of scrimmage, I believe, but they might give it to him still. Good catch by number 18, Preston Wharton.
I think there is a flag.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thaxton over the line of scrimmage. He was just...
I think it was an illegal man downfield from the signal, which could be also a play like that.
Regardless, I believe that's going to be the end of our half, actually. And it is. We'll take the halftime with you and be right back to talk a little bit about what we would have talked in the pregame, or what we would have talked throughout the first half, to catch you guys up on Declo and Aberdeen. Stay with us, 8-0 in favor of the Tigers as we head into the half. Stay with us.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more.
Once again, we have contributed to your Ideal College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
Go. Yeah, let's go. All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
At Valley-wide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valley-wide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome in once again to halftime at Declo High School here out in Declo, as the Declo Hornets are behind 0-8 against one of their conference foes, the Aberdeen Tigers. Aberdeen ranked number 2 in our most recent media poll found on IdahoSports.com. Declo ranked number 5 in our most recent poll as well. Both teams having good outcomes in their last week's game. Declo going down in their first game against Teton, but rebounding well last week against Nampa Christian. Aberdeen last week against American Falls pulled out the victory 23-13. So not saying that either team scored a ton of points in those games, but obviously you're going to see that two teams that run the ball a ton, and that's mostly what we saw throughout the first half as well.
Yeah, both teams just ran the ball. A few passes you'd see mixed in there, but they were just trying to control the clock.
Yeah, and something that both teams are striving to do, and both teams have really set throughout their programs throughout the year as well. On Aberdeen's side, second season as head coach is Derek Jolly. With that being said, I wouldn't say that he's necessarily new to the program. He's been around the program for a long time, and many of his assistants have been even head coaches as well throughout the program. This is a program that has made the state tournament many, many years in a row. I don't have the exact number. I had it somewhere. Oh, there we go.
11.
Qualified for the state tournament 11 years in a row and has reached the semifinals in 2 of the past 3 seasons. I remember as a 6th grader many years ago that Aberdeen was the team that we always struggled with, and we were even a bigger school as well, and Aberdeen always had good football players. So no surprise there of what they've been able to produce throughout the years. Big responsibility of that for them has been their quarterback and star player, Lupe Ortiz, who we have talked about already, but we'll continue to talk about throughout the broadcast.
Yeah, he's been great. Just lived up to the hype and everything that you're hearing about him, and running the ball, and also defensively, he's played well on the defensive side also.
Yeah, on this season, 5 tackles on the defensive side. Coming into the game, he had 18 carries for 94 yards last week with 2 touchdowns and 3 for 6 in passing with 52 yards through the air and 1 touchdown pass. Tonight, those stats won't look quite as pretty because he's had to throw a lot there at the end of the first half. But someone that on that drive that they scored was constantly getting the ball, obviously given to his backs a little bit. There's actually some new faces in the backfield for him this year, and those guys are taking advantage, trying to get as much as they can. Trayton Jenkins, one of them, Adam Valdez, another,
and then Jose Medell.
That's right.
Run the ball a little bit for him too. So.
Yep. So a lot of different faces in the backfield with Ortiz, but one thing that the Aberdeen Tigers always pride themselves on is toughness. And this year, even head coach Derek Jolly said that they are a little thin in their numbers, so they can't afford to have any injuries necessarily, especially up front. And so if they can stay healthy, they're going to be about as good of a team as there is in the state, just like last year, just like every year.
Yeah, they are, and they did have one injury here. I don't know what, hopefully it wasn't too bad. The one kid that was injured here today, 51 Emerson Vasquez, but hopefully they can overcome that, and that isn't anything that's too serious.
Yeah, and back on the Declo side now, as we near the end of the first half, we'll see if they end up putting more time on. For Declo, they actually had it's week 1 technically, but I kind of call it a week 0 game where they played Teton, who is a 4A school. Teton not having a great season last year, but they have been pretty good this year as they played a pretty good team who will compete in the North in 5A, Sandpoint last week. They lost 42-28 to Sandpoint. So they played a lot of different games this year. And then, so that, it's kind of hard to tell. And it was also week 1. Who knows with Declo? They lost a lot of faces from last year. But they were able to bounce back last week against Nampa Christian, who, even though their offense looked a little bit different than what Declo's did, really was kind of a similar team. They both were kind of punch-you-in-the-mouth type of football, aggressive, physical, and overall, I think this really shines of what Coach Rhett Jones said about his offense, that he always wants to eat up the clock, and he knows that when they have the ball, they need to do something with it, which is one thing they haven't been able to do tonight.
Yeah, they haven't quite been able to convert. Like I said, they've had a couple of decent drives, gotten down, march down the field, just can't get it inside the 20, inside the red zone even.
Yeah, and keys to the game that Coach Jones talked with us throughout the week was that he wanted to make sure that offensive and defensive line play was perfect, and really emphasized throughout the week, and the execution by the skill players was there. And I think they have been able to have some good execution in the passing game. The running game, not as much, and I think that has to do with Aberdeen's defense as well. They also said that Coach Jones also said that the battle will be won in the trenches. The battle will be won in the trenches, and I think that's the case of the game so far.
Yes, it is, and I think that's true a lot of times, but especially when you got teams like this that run the ball, both sides, run up and down, that's going to be key, is if your line can protect and open up some holes for you, that usually goes a long ways.
Yeah, sorry for that jump scare, just barely as they light off some fireworks as the Hornets come out at halftime. Another thing that kind of stood out to me throughout the first half is the score on the board, 8-0. That is the exact score that Aberdeen beat Declo by last year. And so at halftime, these returning Hornets players, they see that score, they don't necessarily love to see it.
No. No, they don't. Yeah, they see that same score, and I said that was their one loss in the regular season last year was to them, and that was so I'm sure they remember that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, as the Hornets and the Tigers rejoin us in the stadium, we want to send a quick shout out once again to our power boosters. Declo, the Roof Resource, AMI Supply, Vitaglow, Kelly's Bearing Supply, and for Aberdeen,
the Roof Resource, Teton Honda and Teton Volkswagen. Also, we got Diesel Depot, Wright's Auto Service and Repair, and Idaho Ag Credit.
Yeah, and in reference to our power boosters as well, you can become one as well. Do you have what it takes to become a power booster for your school on IdahoSports.com? Power boosters are a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. Email sales@IdahoSports.com to find out more about how you can become a power booster on IdahoSports.com. We will take a quick break and rejoin you as the action comes back to Declo High School in just a few minutes.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
Make the memories of a life that lasts a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $15. Just click the Download Archives button to order yours. And are you interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com? We are always on the lookout for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. Like I said, Eric Wardle tonight making his broadcasting debut for IdahoSports.com. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, just like Eric tonight, writers, photographers, even broadcasters, also like Eric tonight, and myself. Email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more. And IdahoSports.com does a lot more than just broadcasting. Continue checking back to the website for updated scores, schedules, standings, polls, action photo galleries, and written content from every corner of the state. Join Idaho Sports Nation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Watch Prepcast. Can't stress that enough. Prepcast. I'll come to that in just a moment. You can get updates as well on our site and on all of our social medias, breaking news, pictures, and more. Check out our expanded list of regional Prepcasts. Our resident experts talk about what's going on in the part of the state you live in. Be sure to catch the new regional Prepcast each week on IdahoSports.com or by downloading the new episodes wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch each episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel. Able to get through all of that in 2 minutes. As we near the start of the second half, kicking off for the Hornets will be number 77, Trevin Averett. First time we've seen him tonight as the kicker. Averett will get this one started. Nice end-over-end kick, and that's going to be returned up the middle. Good tackle over there by number 24, Tyson Christiansen. Max Clausen with the return. Like I said earlier, this Aberdeen roster is out of number order, and so it's hard to navigate where everybody is.
Yes, it is.
As even now, I'm still not finding Clausen on here.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I don't see
Well,
him on
we know
our
it's
roster
Clausen.
either. So.
Thank you, PA announcer, for the assist on that one. All right, Ortiz joined in the backfield by number 22, Trayton Jenkins. And don't be fooled by shotgun. They will run the ball. As Ortiz fakes this one to Jenkins and goes up the middle for about, we'll give him 4 on the play. Exactly what you could want out of a run-first offense.
Yeah, like you said, that's what's going to happen a lot of times.
Second and 6, looks like the scoreboard agrees with me. 2nd and 6 for Ortiz and the Tigers. Now coming out of halftime, being able to get the ball with a lead, you would expect this to be a very slow, methodical drive. A couple first downs will really do the Tigers well,
yes,
as this will be handed off up the middle for only about a 2-yard gain by number 21, Jeremy Partita.
Yes, but that's what they're going to want to do. And like I said, 8-0 lead here, and they just want to take as much time here with this drive and keep the lead and use clock.
And this is about as big of a third down as there's been in the ball game thus far. First possession at halftime.
Yeah, you're about, what, 3rd and 4 here?
3rd and 4.
Yeah.
Ortiz will line up in shotgun once again. They do not go under center, which is a little bit different than you see typically for a double wing offense.
Yeah, that is true.
But it gives Ortiz the chance to use his athleticism as he will hand this one off. But it's going to be a big tackle by number 58, Kyler Fairchild, the 6'1 junior.
That was a big stop. That'll make a 4th down here.
Getting the handoff, I believe, was Max Clausen, which I did find on the roster finally.
Oh, good.
Max Clausen. Have to highlight every single one of these to make sure I can see them. Doing the punting duties for Aberdeen is Oscar Ordunza, who had that blocked field goal in the first half, just at the very end. Ordunza had a nice punt in the first possession.
Now looks like we got a flag.
Maybe a substitution error. As I see the side judge close to us counting. Back judge and the side judge both.
12 guys on the field for Declo right now.
Which that will make it 4th and 1.
Oh, that could.
Which I would believe the Tigers would bring Ortiz back out. Because you have to believe Ortiz would be able to get 1 yard.
Yes, you would think so.
Substitution, illegal substitution it is. As we'll see what Coach Jolly wants to do here, as Ortiz is going to run back on the field, it looks like, and the big boys up front will come and join him.
Yeah, that definitely changes what you're thinking on 4th down there as a coach, for sure.
About as frustrating as it gets for a coach, too, there.
Yes, that's true. On the other
right
side.
out of that half, too. You think you got to stop. The punt was pretty good, but it wasn't overly high and overly far, and so who knows what the return could have been as well.
Yeah, that is true. And like I said, it's got to be frustrating on Declo's side here, and just less than a yard, really, it looks like here.
And I would be shocked if Ortiz does not keep this himself, especially after the last couple plays that we've seen. There hasn't been much yardage gained.
Right, I agree with you.
Ortiz will take this one left, and he has room to spare as he's going to get this to the second level all the way to the 50-yard line. I think they gave him a little extra yardage there.
Yeah, I think so.
But he'll take it and get the first down and do exactly what Aberdeen would hope for coming out of the half. A first down that took those first 4 plays, we'll see once the snap happens, but took roughly 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, they're just taking their time on every snap.
Ortiz joined by Clausen in the backfield once again. This one will go to Clausen up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed by many members of the Declo defense. The very first man to make contact was number 11, Dane Gerard. Gerard, the 6'1 junior.
Yeah, it was a good tackle. There were a few other guys in there with him. That was a nice group effort by Declo.
Yeah, coming to the game, Gerard, 13 solo tackles, 21 total tackles. 1 tackle for loss, so he'll add to his total there with 2. Only a yard loss, though, on the play. 2nd and 11. Shotgun, once again, is Ortiz as he will hand this one off. Once again, really going nowhere, though, is Trayton Jenkins. And we'll give that tackle to about 6 of the Hornets.
Yeah, there was a few in there again on that tackle. That's great.
And again, gang tackling is about as important as it is against the run-first team.
Yes, yeah, very, very important for him to do that. You got to get everybody, get as many people going to the ball as you can and get them stopped.
And one thing, I don't know about you, but I love 3A football. I feel like it's right in the bridge of you still get the really fun run offenses, but you also get a mix of the good pass offenses depending on which team you get. 8-man football, it could be either way. Most of the time run. If you have a good running quarterback, you're good.
Yeah.
4A, 5A, 6A, you never know. A lot of time it's spread. But I love this mix that Aberdeen runs. This will be a pass out to the left.
That was another pass there, number 2.
As that'll be Jose Medell. First catch that I remember, at least, of the day for Medell, as there hasn't been many pass attempts anyways by Ortiz.
Correct.
I think that's the 3rd completion, if I'm not mistaken, by my unofficial stats. But it will make a 4th and manageable, as there is 4th and 4 here. 6:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. As the Tigers are up 8-0.
Another big stop, big time right here. Declo wants to hope they can get a stop here, and Aberdeen wants to get the first down so they can continue to run clock.
Ortiz, hard count, steps back to pass, and he's going to rifle this one. Completed to Ronnie Cerna. Ortiz showing his arm strength, showing if this is a pass-first offense, I can do it too.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, don't forget about that. I can do that. So Declo's gonna have to watch out for that a little bit now.
And I'm not surprised that this is something that the Tigers are doing tonight as well, mixing it in, because you have to imagine seeing 6 pass attempts last week, not many passes last year at all thrown by the Tigers. That Declo is gunning, run, and you just have to, 4th down, you'd expect a 4th and 4, you'd expect Ortiz to be able to get 4 yards running. But they pull the pass and are able to convert there, as this will be a handoff once again to Clausen. Clausen with room to spare as he reaches the 2nd level and goes all the way down. Oh, steps out early actually at the 21-yard line for a gain of about almost 20 yards, 18-yard run by Clausen. Coach Jolly not too happy with the spot there with the side judge.
Yeah, he must have stepped out there, but yeah, coach is not. He's wanting him to go a little further down.
Yeah, Max Clausen, great run there. First time we've seen him break one since the 1st quarter, I believe.
Yeah, everything he's run up and since then has just been he's been stopped in the backfield.
And this will be a handoff once again to Clausen. Ellis, he's able to break this one to the outside. Is he going to get to the outside far enough? No, as tackled by Zane Snedeker. Second and 5 on the right hash, as Aberdeen has taken almost 8 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. If they're able to score here.
Yeah, there's Declo at this pace isn't going to have a lot of possessions left, so it's going to be tough.
In the shotgun, joining Ortiz is Trayton Jenkins once again. As this will be play action to Jenkins, as Ortiz will keep it himself and get all the way nearly for the first down. 3rd and 1, I think, is what we're going to see. Oh, long 2. Long 1. We'll give it a short 2. 3rd. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong again. 3rd and 3 here for the for the Tigers. 3:50 left here in the 3rd. I'm just going to keep watching the clock over and over again.
Yeah.
And this is where a senior like Ortiz really knows how to work a clock as well, as he's been starting since his sophomore year. He actually was just kind of thrown into the offense and has really shined in his 3 years as a starter. As that'll be a run up the middle. It looks like it might be called back, though. If the play stands, it was a touchdown run.
Yeah, there is a flag
by
on
number
the
21, Jeremy Partita. But I think this is going to come back as it is a hold. And that was the hope and luck that the Declo Hornets team and fans were looking for, as Partita had a really good run there.
Yeah, he did, and yeah, that definitely changes this a little bit here. You're 3rd and long now, 12, 13 yards.
Haven't really seen too many passes aired out, like we said, by Ortiz. Most of his passes have been short. You have to imagine they'll probably try to chip at it a little bit where it is 3rd down. They have 2 plays here.
Yeah, for sure. Where they're at, it's definitely 4-down territory here, so they're going to go for it.
Partita will join Ortiz in the backfield. Motion as I think we're going to get a false start, but it's close. There was a motion that I think that was that's always the point. Giovanni Valeriano was in motion, which I thought set off the Declo defender, but it was kind of simultaneous. They'll have to just determine together, as they will call it a false start.
Start on the offense.
It was so close, and the tie normally goes against the offense.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, you saw obviously the player goes in motion trying to draw that defense, and the defensive guy did jump a little bit, but
you can see the Declo defensive line and the Aberdeen offensive line really having a good conversation there. No, it was you. No, it was you.
Yeah, there's always a lot of finger pointing at that time, it seems like.
But with this, more clock ticks off. 2:37 left here in the 3rd, as this has been the only possession thus far in the 3rd quarter. Ortiz, hard count, will take the snap, and he'll sweep to his left as he has lead blockers in front of him. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Lupe Ortiz. 29-yard touchdown run for Ortiz here, capping a perfect drive by the Tigers.
Almost 10 minutes, not quite 10 minutes off the clock there. As the clock, we're 2:22 left in the quarter.
Wow.
That's exactly what Aberdeen talked about, I'm sure, at halftime, and that's what they wanted to do, was just come out and run some clock. That's what they did.
And that is Lupe Ortiz to a T. You wouldn't think a sweep left on 3rd and 18 would warrant a 29-yard touchdown run. But at this level, Lupe Ortiz is one that's capable of doing it, as he will fake this, roll to his right. He might try to do this on his own, but he's going to throw back. It's going to be picked. They're going to call it dead. But nonetheless, 14-0, a 2-possession game now for the. Oh, as we pick up a little bit of wind. Pardon me for a second. We'll take a little bit of a commercial break for the kickoff. Stay with us, folks.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back to Declo High School as the Aberdeen Tigers extend the lead to 14-0 here in the third quarter in this Southeast Idaho Conference 3A matchup between two powerhouses at the 3A level, capped by a 29-yard touchdown run by Lupe Ortiz.
Yeah, that was a nice run, just a little sweep outside there and third and long. Ended up going in for the touchdown.
Kicking off for the Tigers once again is Ordunza. This one is going to be returned by Zane Snedeker, as Snedeker does not quite make it to the 20. They'll pull him just shy. And it feels like we haven't mentioned any Declo players for a while, so we'll highlight them here, as most of our broadcast has been dominated by the Aberdeen offense since we've been able to get our audio working. Thank you for those who are patient with us. Trayson Thaxton, quarterback for Declo. Someone who is able to run, able to throw. It's really fun. Like I said, I love this level because he has good threats downfield. He looks like a quarterback. I mean, he just looks like a quarterback. And but he's still joined by great running backs in the backfield that have experience. As he'll drop back to pass here. This is going to be to Snedeker on the outside. He's going to reverse in and break a few more tackles. Oh, and he breaks another one. That's 3 on this possession. Can he go all the way as he speeds by? Oh, he can. What a play by Zane Snedeker. 80-yard touchdown.
Wow, that's what Declo needed. That's a little bit of momentum there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he broke a few tackles there. That was a great run after the catch there by Snedeker.
1:32 mark of the third quarter. So in less than 50 seconds, we see two scores after not having anything happen
for about 10 minutes.
For about 10 minutes. What a play. As he cut back, that was really the difference maker, but well, I shouldn't even say that. The 6 missed tackles on that. And I wouldn't say that they were really even so much just missed tackles. They were broken tackles by Snedeker. Great play by him to put Declo back into this ball game, as we'll see 4 wide as Thaxton will flip this one. I believe that's Snedeker again. It is.
Yep.
Snedeker gets the 2-point conversion as well. Well, how about that? We're right back to 14-8.
14-8 now. When Declo went for 2 there, so gets them down 6 points down. Now Aberdeen get the ball back, see if they can control. I'm sure their game plan is going to be to try to control the clock here again, run more time off the clock, and score, which is what they would want to do.
I would not be surprised if we do not see that on our IdahoSports.com plays of the week.
Yes, that last touchdown pass, which he ended up breaking and running. I forgot it was a pass, actually. I thought it was a run, but it was,
That's right.
He ran for so far after the catch.
Well, and I mean, technically that whole drive was Snedeker. He had the kick return, and I think he didn't really. I think he took. He did not take it very lightly the way that he was tackled on the kick return. He was kind of thrown down. I think he wanted to show his toughness there as he was able to break. I believe it was 5. Let's see. I'm trying to replay it back in my mind. I think there was 5 broken tackles and then a front flip into the end zone. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's the one you'll throw on your film for the rest of your life, probably. All right, we'll see what the Declo defense can do now. As Trevin Avery is going to onside this. It's going to go off, and Avery recovers his own onside kick.
Oh, the kicker recovered that. Wow, there we go.
You know, I almost said, I wonder if they would consider an onside kick because of how much their defense just hasn't been able to stop Ortiz and the Tiger offense. And I thought, no. And I looked down to make sure I knew that Averett was the kicker because we've only seen him once today.
Right.
And I was like, okay, it's Averett. And I look up and I see an onside kick.
Yeah, and like you said, that does make a little bit of sense. When Aberdeen ran 10 minutes off the clock last time, you know, they didn't want that to happen again. So.
Well, and I mean, in the end, even if you give them that field position, I don't know if that really makes a difference if they're starting from the 30 or the 45 at this point in the game because of how much their offense just churns 3 or 4 yards at a time. So absolutely great call by Coach Rhett Jones there.
And you know, Declo's coming out wide now with a couple wideouts now this last little bit of drive.
Yeah, maybe seeing something in the pass game at halftime as this will be Thaxton going deep, coming back, but unable to make the catch was number 18, Preston Wharton. And I think that we saw the amount of Thaxton's, or the limit of Thaxton's arm strength, which was about 35 yards, which I mean is pretty average for any high school quarterback. And honestly, if we hadn't gotten this wind that just barely came at us, I wonder if that even would have stayed in bounds a little bit more.
Yeah, he was right along the sideline though, and just went out of bounds. That wind picked up a little bit a few minutes ago.
Well, and in the first half, Declo's offense was turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, and then went into the half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there really wasn't much in the run game, per se, as what they would normally do in their offense. But I think their halftime adjustment was give the ball to Zane Snedeker, as we see a 14-yard gain by Snedeker. Snedeker is a senior, 5'7", 150, somebody who I remember calling a name for in basketball last year. As I pull open my notes. On the season, he had 5 catches for 92 yards, got 80 in 1 catch in this game.
Yeah.
And
it's not over.
Let's say on the ground, 101 yards coming into the game as well. As this will be Thaxton dropping back to pass. He's going to get Wharton, but it just goes right through his hands. Second down, 46.6 seconds left here in the third. On what really is a pretty beautiful night. We have a gorgeous full moon to our side. Pretty good, or well, I should say pretty great turnout by the Declo fans.
Yeah.
And some of the Aberdeen fans making the trip as well.
Yeah, and the weather, I mean, a little bit of breeze kicked up a little while ago, but it is a nice night here for football.
I appreciate the breeze. I would have appreciated about an hour and a half ago when it was 88 degrees. Down to 78 now. I don't know if I believe that either, but feels pretty good. Perfect night for Friday Night Lights. Thaxton will hand it off on the trap to Wharton. 6-yard gain by Preston Wharton. First time we've seen him carry the ball in this half.
Well, what is it? Like Declo's only third or fourth play of the half, though, so, you know, that's true.
That's a good point as well. 25 seconds and counting, as this will likely be the last play of the quarter. 14-8 in favor of the Tigers. Snedeker will take the handoff and break one tackle, getting close to the first down marker. They're going to give it to him. Yes, they are. Snedeker continues his dominance of this quarter, as I think we're going to have an injured Tiger on the field right as we reach near the end of the third quarter. We'll take a little break to give him some time. Stay with us, folks.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back. As we near the end of the third quarter, I wonder if they'll just roll the clock here. Might see the end of the third quarter right now, actually.
I think the official's trying to signal them to roll it.
Yep. I think we'll see the end of the third quarter here as we will actually keep it here since we just took a break as they go into the fourth quarter.
Looks like we're 14-8 going into the fourth quarter. Aberdeen has the lead here.
And with Declo in striking distance as they are on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 as we go into the fourth. Declo not having a lead the entire game. Really not much of a first half to write home about. Turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, and then the clock ran out as well. Obviously some big halftime adjustments, especially in the passing game.
That's what it seems like to me anyway, yeah. Like they've concentrated a little bit more on the pass in this second half. The first half they did run the ball a little bit, just didn't come out with enough first downs, turnover on downs. They moved the ball up and down the field a little bit by running it.
Yeah, and the Hornets had a lot of turnover in their running back core from last year. But with that being said, a lot of the people that are here are either little brothers, not relatives, I should say, but almost feel like family, the way that the Declo Hornet community is, especially in football. And if not, they've been people that have played with them in basketball. They've been people that have played with them in different sports, and the culture just kind of stays. That's one thing that you always see in these programs, especially programs like Declo, programs like Aberdeen, programs like Westside. You see this culture that continues to stay from generation to generation. They have them doing the same offense as they do in Little League. They have them going all throughout these years, and it's evidenced tonight by both teams' performances.
Yes,
as Thaxton will draw back to pass. He has a man, and they're going to throw the flag. That's going to be pass interference on Lupe Ortiz, as the intended receiver was number 5, Landon Silcock.
Which, we haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. He was one of the players to watch out for, people have talked about. We haven't called his name a whole lot, but
yeah,
there's a target there for Silcock.
A couple deep pass attempts to Silcock, but not really much completion. He has had a couple tough battles with Ortiz. I remember early in the first half, before we had our audio going, there was a play that Silcock was able to complete, and the next play I saw Ortiz leave his safety spot and come and man up on one-on-one on Silcock, and I wonder if that's kind of been the game plan of why we haven't seen much of Ortiz.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
of
much of Silcock,
yeah.
My bad, because of what Ortiz is doing on the defensive side as well from his safety position.
Yeah, he has been, and that is a good point. He has been trying to line up with him a little bit more there.
This time we see a different defender on him. We'll see if they go to Silcock here as Thaxton will drop back to pass. He does have Silcock across the middle, but there is a good pass rush as he will throw it to Silcock. This is a great bat down by number 10, Ronnie Cerna.
Yeah, it was great defense there.
Exactly textbook of what you want in a cornerback play.
And good job of Silcock trying to come back there towards his quarterback there, try to get open a little bit as the quarterback was scrambling.
Yeah, and Thaxton did have Silcock up the middle. You could tell that was where he wanted to go. But a great pass rush by number 33, Tannen Nelson, Defensive Player of the Year last year in the conference. And I know we don't always highlight the defensive players enough, but Tannen Nelson is as good as you get in the state. Yeah, Thaxton under center, motions the wing, and he'll hand it off the middle to Gerard. This is Dane, I believe. Dane Gerard on the run.
Another one of those lines. They have a few guys that they just have their running backs, Gerard, Snedeker. Some of these guys are just handing the ball off to them and letting them try to run.
Yep, 3rd and 5 here. Obviously, with what we saw Aberdeen do their last offensive possession, it's about as much time left on the clock right now at 11:15 as what they took last time. It is almost a must score for Declo, even though they are deep in Aberdeen's territory.
Right, and you'd think it's 4-down territory if they don't score here or get the first down here.
It's going to be a slant across the middle, almost picked off. I thought it was. Almost picked off twice.
Almost, yeah.
First man there was Giovanni Valeriano, and second man there, I believe, was number 52, Jake Harris. Harris coming from his linebacker spot. Almost gifted a pick there.
Yeah, he was just kind of laying on the ground and almost fell right to him.
Yeah, and Thaxton's throw, Thaxton's throw just leading his receiver just a little bit there. 4th and 5. Big play here as we are in the 4th quarter. Fake handoff right, fake handoff left. He's got 2 men open in the end zone, but doesn't see them. But able to, oh, did he get the first? I think he's just short.
It's close.
Silcock had Thaxton had two receivers open in the end zone. The one that I saw especially was Dax Gerard as he was waving. Thaxton seeing a lot of green in front of him and a lot of Aberdeen Tigers chasing him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to make it on the run, and it was close on that run. We'll see what the mark is here.
I think it's going to be just short based on what I can kind of view the sideline official on the Aberdeen side from where he was standing. And I think it is going to be just a little short. Yep. Just a little short there. As Silcock, I keep saying Silcock. We didn't say his name for so long. It's in my mouth now.
Your mouth.
As Thaxton is going to want that one back when he looks at the film again.
Yeah, like you said, there was 2 guys open there running those routes, but he had too many people after him, and I think he saw that green grass and just thought he could make it. Got real close, just not quite far enough on the run there.
And I think it was actually shorter than they had previously thought. It looks like it was actually a whole yard short.
Yeah.
But obviously hard to see from the way that these fields are with their the way the water runs off and everything, the slants. But Aberdeen will set up shop at the 4. We have seen some good defensive plays by Declo in the Tigers' backfield. We'll see if they're able to make a big play here. 10:51 left here in the 4th as Ortiz and the Tigers offense will set up shop. Handoff to Jenkins as he will push his legs through all the way to the 9. Gain of 4 on the play is Trayton Jenkins.
Handoff to number 22, Trayton Jenkins. Gains about 5 yards on the play, 2nd down.
10:24 on the clock. As I still have the 3rd quarter written on the scoreboard. My apologies for that. Ortiz in the shotgun.
Handoff there.
And it is going nowhere as a very massive 3rd down and 5 will take place here.
Yeah, just under 10 minutes left on the clock. I mean, if like I said, Aberdeen wants to get this 3rd down and keep moving and run more clock off. Of course, Declo wants to get the stop here, so hopefully they can punt it to him and get the ball back.
We did see an Aberdeen lineman just run off the field. Looks like maybe cramps the way he was limping, but one of their bigger boys up front. We'll see if that makes a difference here, as Ortiz will be alone in the backfield. But they're going to get an illegal shift, I believe. I think I saw a couple men moving. No, they're just going to call it a false start.
Either way, same
5 yards.
Same 5 yards going back. So.
Yep. It might be. No, we're not quite that. Yeah, half the distance to the goal inside the 10.
It wasn't quite. Yeah, it wasn't quite at the 10. So.
Oh nope, they'll give it to him. I guess where they didn't start in the 10. 3rd and a long 9 for the Tigers. As this kind of changes things from what it was just barely. Not a guaranteed running set for the Tigers, but obviously don't want to turn the ball over here as they will hand it off. And a big stop by the Declo defense. On the carry was number 15, Max Clausen.
I'm trying to get the number of that Declo, 22. It looks like number 22, Dawson Darrington.
Shout out.
One of them in there on the stop.
Shout out Darrington and the Hornets defense coming up big. The last time, this is something we've only seen once tonight from Aberdeen, in a successful punt, I should say, is the long snapper did roll the ball to Ordunza on his punt. Can't afford to do it here as he is deep in his own end zone. Good snap. We do see some flags, maybe an illegal formation or an offsides. Punt will come back, and great field position for Declo as Aberdeen will down it at the 25-yard line.
See what the
I
flag.
think it looks like it's probably going to be the way they're talking to Declo. I think they'll just decline the penalty. Maybe an illegal shift. And I mean, you couldn't ask for better field position off of a punt.
No, yeah, that's exactly what Declo wanted there. That is huge, a field position there about the 25-yard line.
You're basically just resetting. You almost get 4 downs from where you were last time.
Yeah, pretty close here. So you know Declo here is their let's see what their plan is and if they can punch it in here.
If you're missing a black
You know,
Chicago Bears
I almost
wallet,
feel like this is
come up to the booth, and if you can identify
this is redemption time for Trayson Thaxton. And I think we'll see something big from him here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Snedeker on the carry here as he motions. He will get the handoff. Slips a little bit, but able to keep his footing, but to no avail as it'll be a 1-yard loss for Snedeker.
Yeah, we'll see what they get here on second down. Thaxton's over talking to the coach, trying to get the play.
Second and, it says 10 on the board, but we'll say 11. 7:37 on the clock. Silcock, the only wide out on the play. As Snedeker will motion. Fake handoff to him. Down the middle is Preston Wharton. Keeps his footing and is out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Something we've been waiting for all night is a big play by Preston Wharton, and he comes up huge there on second down to put the Hornets inside the 5.
Yeah, in great position here. You got 4 downs now to try to get 3 or 4 yards here and get a touchdown is what Declo's wanting. And Aberdeen, let's see how their defense, if they want to step up here and see what they can do.
Obviously made a stop last time, so a little bit of confidence coming into this possession that you'd have to figure for the Tigers defense. But a big play by Preston Wharton as Thaxton, joined by Wharton, Snedeker, and Gerard, will take it himself for the QB sneak 4-yard touchdown. Trayson Thaxton.
Maybe a little bit of that redemption you were talking about from earlier. You know, you could see that he was wanting to get a little bit of redemption off that last run where he came up a little bit short, and he willed his way into the end zone with this one. Great job of the line there, opening up a little hole for him too. Now we're the 14-14 game with the extra point to come.
Yeah, absolutely massive here for Declo to be able to convert. They do not have a kicker that kicks PATs, I should say. Alvarado is there, or no, sorry, not Alvarado. Averett is their kickoff specialist, but he does not kick PATs as they have to get this 2-point conversion. You would have to figure as it'll be an out, and it's just off the hands of Dax Gerard after it was tipped by number 23, Giovanni Valeriano.
And Valeriano's name's been said a little bit tonight from Aberdeen's defense.
Yeah, great defensive play by Valeriano to keep this knotted up at 14. We will keep it here and want to shout out our power boosters one more time. Thank you once again to our power boosters from Declo, the Roof Resource, AMI Supply, Vitaglow, and Kelly's Bearings Supply. From Aberdeen, the Roof Resource as well, Teton Honda and Teton Volkswagen, Diesel Depot, Wright's Auto Service and Repair, and Idaho Ag Credit.
So here we go, just over 6.5 minutes, about 6:38 shows on the clock, a tie game. I think kind of what we expected coming in here, though. We figured it was going to be a close game. Both these teams are good teams, and it's been great to watch.
Yeah, honestly, with that first possession out of halftime for Aberdeen, and not knowing what Declo was going to be able to do to respond, I was like, that's a long drive. I don't know how they'll be able to really recover from that, because defensively, I mean, obviously a lot of these guys play both ways. Defensively, that's draining and draining, but obviously knowing what they were going to do outside of the half, once they got onto the offensive side, which was give the ball to Zane Snedeker as much as possible, throw the ball as much as possible, and with that, they've been able to really respond. And I think, obviously, win or lose for Declo, that shows a lot about this team.
Yeah, of course, that onside kick for him was huge, that recovery there. But, yeah, that was a great response from him.
Averett will kick this one deep, kind of squibby, as it will bounce off the Aberdeen defender. And on the return, who probably didn't expect to get his return, was Adam Valdez, as he was pushed back by several Declo Hornets. You can feel the energy from this Declo sideline and the crowd right now.
Yeah, that ball just kind of bounced to Valdez. I don't think he was expecting that at all. It bounced from the other guy that tried to receive it and bounced off his foot and right into Valdez's hands.
I give him credit, though. He looked like he knew what he was doing. And, I mean, obviously he runs the ball for them. But as an up man on kickoff, kickoff return, you don't always get the chance to have those kickoff returns. Valdez doing a good job there to secure the ball and give pretty decent field position starting at the 34-yard line for the Tigers. Ortiz will set up shop in the backfield as he will hand this one off to Clausen. Clausen able to break a few and spin his way down for an 8-yard gain. Max Clausen really doing a lot of work here in the second half for the Tigers.
Yeah, he is one that has had the ball a lot on the offense that they've handed off to and tried to have him as the running there. It looks like he went out and they brought in somebody else here. We'll see how they do here. Of course, you always gotta watch out for Ortiz there. So.
Motion. Ortiz will keep this one and go left. His lead blocker not quite able to get in front of him, though. And he's still able to get his way for what looks to be a first down, but I think it's going to end up being a hold.
Oh, there is a flag back here.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit ahead of his lead blocker. And I think that eventually led to the hold as they tried to make up for it and take care of the defenders that were a little bit behind him as well. 10-yard penalty will set this back 2nd and 13. Obviously, in a running offense, you see a lot of holding calls or blocking the back just because those happen, but they also can be absolutely gut-wrenching because you don't want to have 2nd and long ever in a running offense either.
No, but like you said, yeah, it is going to happen sometimes more and more you're on the ball.
Out wide, which we haven't said very many times, is Valeriano. Ortiz will keep this one and go up the middle. He has lead blockers ahead of him as he's able to power his way for a gain of about 5. Third and 7, it looks like it'll be, so give him 6. Third and 6. It's hard to say whether it's 4-down territory or not. It probably depends on what they do right here. Ortiz will hand this up to Clausen. Clausen finding his way to the outside. Oh, and a great open field tackle by Landon Silcock. First time we've called his name on defense. That was maybe a game-saving tackle by Silcock.
Yeah, that was a great tackle, and I think he lost a yard or 2 off of it. Be interesting to see now here. You're about 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes here, 4th down, tie game.
Yeah, we saw Clausen's speed last possession as he was able to break one for a long gain and use his foot speed. So you have to imagine if he gets there in the open field, who knows what could happen. Obviously, you'd think a first down, but maybe beyond that as well.
Yeah, and there wasn't many other people out there past Silcock.
You can tell it's a good tackle when a good open field tackle, I should say, when the ball carrier kind of flips over because they thought they had it too.
Yeah.
Timeout called by Aberdeen. Probably a good timeout here to try to work through their thoughts. We'll take the timeout with you. Stay with us, folks.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
It looks like after all the deliberation that the Tigers went through, they will line up to punt. We'll see if they really do punt.
That's true.
As this is a different man back there to punt. He will do so. Oh, not a great punt, though. Goes off the side of his foot. Punting the ball, and that was number 1, Isaac Driscoll, the junior.
And it only went about 15 yards.
Not sure what happened to Ordunza.
Yeah, he's had some decent punts. I don't know.
I don't know if I really even see him on this. No, I do see him on the sideline. I think that's him. Could be 15. I think it's 19, though. I don't know. Maybe just to give the illusion of a fake punt. Maybe they trust Driscoll a little bit more in this situation. Not sure, but regardless, the Tigers will take care of the ball or open shop here at the 46. As this will be Thaxton almost falls over. Silcock able to make the catch, though, for a gain of about 6 on the play, down to the 40-yard line. 3:36 left on the clock. Again, no kicker for Declo, so you can't think that there will be any situation where they are trying to get into field goal range. It is touchdown or nothing here in these last 3 minutes, wanting to take as much clock as they can, obviously.
Yeah, I would think definitely that's their strategy, is they want to score or run the clock out.
Yep, absolutely. 2 wingbacks and Gerard found in the backfield. Gerard will take this one up the middle. That's Dane Gerard. Almost for a first down, 2 yards short, as it'll be 3rd and 2 for Thaxton and the Hornets offense.
Dane Gerard, my apologies. 3rd, about 2.5.
I have to say, I've been really impressed with the poise of Thaxton. He is
he's only a sophomore.
He's a sophomore, and he looks comfortable. And as he hands it off to Gerard here, Gerard obviously showing why he's in the position he is as a fullback in a wing T offense.
Yeah. But yeah, that is true. You know, him being a sophomore, and you know, there has been a couple times he could have folded, and he's just come right back out.
Yeah, something that Declo Hornets fans have to be excited about going forward is seeing Thaxton. And I mean, not just Thaxton. There are a lot of juniors. When I look at the roster, I only see, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors on this team. And almost none of the skill players that we've highlighted throughout the game are included in that. As Thaxton will throw us to Wharton for a first down. I think we're going to have it come back, though, it looks like. I think Dane Gerard may be the guilty party, as he's not looking too happy about what just barely happened. Those extended plays, you kind of see those flags pile up once in a while.
Yeah, usually you either get a lineman downfield or somebody that grabs a hold of somebody and holds them. But here we are just under 2 minutes now.
Yeah, and you pointed this out earlier, but Wharton is somebody, and Silcock. Wharton and Silcock, they're both 2 great receivers that definitely know how to work the field. They'll do their route, but then they watch where their quarterback goes, and they're definitely trying to help Thaxton out. They're not just standing in a spot saying, well, I ran my route, so I'm open.
Yeah.
They're going where they need to, which comes up big in those extended plays. 1st and 20 on the 44 as Thaxton will drop back to pass. 1:39 on the clock. He's going to drop this one to Dax Gerard as he'll get all the way down. Great block by Great block by Zane Snedeker. Oh, wow. As Gerard will go all the way to the 21-yard line. I think we do have an injured Tiger on the play, though. And we'll take a little bit of a break for that injury timeout.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Good. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back to Declo High School, as the injured Tiger on the play was Giovanni Valeriano, able to walk off on his own power, but I don't think he saw the big block coming from Zane Snedeker.
And, I think I mentioned earlier, we've said his name a few times, so that's definitely a loss for Aberdeen. Hopefully he can get back out there.
Yeah, the way he's holding his shoulder with his left hand isn't always a good sign for collarbone. No. Hopefully he is okay. We'll see if we see him again the rest of the night, as the Hornets will go up quick. This is Wharton on the trap up the middle.
Gain of a couple of yards, second down.
Timeout, I assume, by Declo. Yep, timeout Declo. I believe that's their first one of the night in the second half. 1:17 on the clock, 2nd and 9. Obviously, again, they have to score.
Right, yeah, they're either they're going to score or they're going to run the clock out here, and that's the options if you're Declo.
Yeah, and I think Aberdeen kind of knows that too. Obviously, if you can, get an interception, if you can force fumble, whatnot. But here, you're basically playing for overtime.
Yeah, like I said, if on those tackles, you're trying to get the second guy in there to maybe try to knock the ball out, strip the ball, whatever, as you're doing tackles. But that's about the hope you got on the defensive side there.
And this is really just, maybe this has something to do with the fact that most of the first half we didn't have audio, so I was mostly trying to help audio. You were moving the camera, but it feels like this game has just flown by.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Well, and it did. That third quarter especially. This quarter's kind of slowed down a little bit more, but that third quarter went by really quick.
Well, and I'm trying to think of just little things that happened throughout the game, but there weren't many little things. It was mostly just a couple big plays, really long drives by Aberdeen, and Trayson Thaxton stepping up to the plate. We'll see if he does here, as he will lob this one to Wharton. Big hit by Isaac Driscoll, but Wharton able to hold on for the catch, as this will be 3rd and 6, I believe. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. 1 minute left on the clock. Looks like Declo's going to take their either second or third timeout. I think it's their second timeout.
I think it's their second also. I don't remember another one other than just the one before this.
Well, and I think they were smart to let a few seconds fall off the clock as well, because you don't want to give too much time to Aberdeen.
Yeah, if you do end up turning over here.
Well, and we've seen Ortiz rip a 29-yard touchdown run, and if that would have been from the other 20, it would have been an 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah. Well, him and you've had a couple of guys from Aberdeen that broke tackles there. So, there was another one that Clausen had a good run a couple times too. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trayton Jenkins had a couple good runs as well.
they have plenty of guys that can break one. Obviously, they're probably going to be trying to pass a little bit if they get the ball back. But they don't have much of a long passing game because they are always in that tight formation. We haven't seen any. We've seen one play that they've had of a receiver as a wideout, not as a tight end. But the person who was that is sitting on the sideline with an injury right now in Valeriano. 3rd and 5. 58 seconds left on the 17. As Snedeker will go in motion, fake handoff to him. As this will be Wharton, wide open, touchdown. 17 seconds left on the 17-yard touchdown pass from Trayson Thaxton.
Nice, and a little bit of run there after the catch again too from Wharton. You know, we haven't mentioned Silcock's name, but Wharton sure has stepped up a little bit tonight. Maybe trying to, part of their game plan also, get away from Silcock, show they have somebody else here that can catch the ball too.
Preston Wharton, wow. What a fourth quarter from Preston Wharton. And especially, I mean, Trayson Thaxton, wow. Yeah. What poise from the sophomore to be able to come up and make a big, strong strike to Wharton. And they are going to go for a PAT here. This is Averett.
77. Is that who it is, Averett?
And Averett puts it through.
Puts it in.
21-14. And just like that, Declo has their first lead of the ball game with nearly 47 minutes, or over 47 minutes into this game.
Yeah, just under a minute left, and they take the first lead. Guess that's when you want it. If you want the lead, that's when you want it, if you're going to take it.
And the poise from Trayson Thaxton and the Declo offense, especially, and we'll highlight, I mean, depending on what the outcome of this game is, we may highlight this again, but Trayson Thaxton being able to come back from a possession where he had Dax Gerard wide open in the end zone, missed him, able to get the ball back thanks to great defensive play by the Hornets defense.
Yeah.
And then a 4-yard touchdown run, and then a 17-yard touchdown pass to Preston Wharton, and both drives were highlighted by catches by Wharton as well. 53 seconds left, and this is a little bit dangerous for Aberdeen as well because they have not shown much of a passing game. We just talked about it. We've talked about it many times throughout the night. So they've got some work to do.
Yeah, the passes that they have been, they have attempted a few, but they've all just been short passes out of that tight formation.
So you have to imagine this kickoff return is going to be a big point, as it'll be returned. I believe that's Jenkins. It is. Trayton Jenkins. Oh, it looks like he got gimped up a little bit. That could play big as well. Maybe just a dead leg a little bit, it looks like, as he's limping off the field. Hopefully only off for a play, as he is someone that has been a big part of this offense throughout the night. 48.8 seconds left in the fourth. What will Aberdeen do here is the question. We see a lot of communication in the backfield. Going wide is Jose Medel. Ortiz will take the snap, fake handoff up the middle, looking deep, but I think he's gonna have to just, is that pick? It is! Dax Gerard comes up big with the interception here to cap the night for the Declo Hornets. What a performance in this fourth quarter by the Hornets.
Yeah, like you said, after that big drive, the 10-minute drive that Aberdeen took off, and then Declo's responded, and what a response from them. It's great.
Yeah, and you have to expect just some knees here. I actually can't remember if Aberdeen is, I think they've taken one timeout. It was just on the punt earlier, so we will see a couple timeouts. First knee, as maybe the white flag will be
Yeah,
thrown.
they might not even. Yeah, they might not even take a timeout here. They're just letting the clock run.
Honestly, classy move, I would say.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said,
especially where it won't really make a difference unless a snap is fumbled. In high school football, the knees are pretty straightforward. As Thaxton will take that knee, and Declo avenges their loss from last year to defeat the Aberdeen Tigers by a score of 21-14. We'll be back after these short messages for some post-game recap and our player of the game. Stay with us, folks.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Good. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back to Declo High School, as I am absolutely exhausted from that one, as I can't imagine what these players are. Great performance tonight by both the Aberdeen Tigers and the Declo Hornets, as we see the Hornets doing the fight song with the student body. What an absolute game from both teams. First half was really slow from both teams, as the only score that we had in the first half was on a 4-yard run by Lupe Ortiz, and that was as the first quarter finished. Other than that, it was punts and turnover on downs consistently from both sides. In the second half, Ortiz led a nearly 10-minute drive that resulted in a 29-yard touchdown run that was, I believe, on 3rd and 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was pretty close.
The very next play from scrimmage, Zane Snedeker, 80-yard touchdown reception, where he broke at least 5 tackles. Maybe we'll give him 6 just for the fun of it. 6 tackles broken along the way, and a front flip into the end zone to cap it off on a throw from Trayson Thaxton. And that was just 50 seconds later after Ortiz's touchdown run. In the fourth quarter, Thaxton had a 4-yard run after a great play by him connecting with Preston Wharton. 4-yard touchdown run for Thaxton with 6:38 left there in the fourth. And then the game-winning touchdown, 17-yard touchdown, Preston Wharton from Trayson Thaxton with 53.1 seconds left. And obviously, we have to shout out Dax Gerard for the diving interception there with 30 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, that definitely capped off the game there. Great response from Declo, though. What a fun game. It was, I think, what we expected. 2 of the top 5 teams in this classification and in the state, and they put on a show. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, and if anything, I think this just solidifies why they're both 2 top 5 teams. Obviously, you would expect Declo to move up in the polls and in the standings, but I don't think you drop Declo very far, or drop Aberdeen very far either.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, because like I said, they lost to a good team, and they were right there. Lost it just in the last minute when Declo took the lead.
And truthfully, they performed well. They really did. Like they did. Most of the game was on their pace.
Yeah.
It was on their agenda. Just a couple of big plays made by the Declo Hornets. Oh, we also have to shout out the onside kick that happened after the 80-yard touchdown. That onside kick was by Trevin Averett. came out of nowhere basically, but also we talked about it on the broadcast in the moment that it was a play that they almost kind of had to do because of how much the Aberdeen offense was absolutely rolling at the time.
Yeah, that's true, and what a great recovery there by Declo, and that was, I think, definitely a turning point in the game.
Well, the only thing left to do is to give our player of the game. Today's player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. Eric, since this is your first game, we'll give you the honors. Who do we have tonight for our player of the game?
The player of the game tonight has to be Trayson Thaxton. What a performance he put on. Two passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and the poise he showed all night long. He, missed a receiver that was open for a touchdown, and then the very next drive came right back. Didn't let that affect him at all. It was just great poise from the sophomore quarterback. Declo fans, you should be excited about this kid for a couple of years to come.
Absolutely, and as I look down on the field, I see a lot of people coming to give him hugs. I think he's earned those tonight. Congratulations to Trayson Thaxton, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game. Well, folks, this has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Magic Valley Game Night and East Idaho Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, IDEAL, which is Idaho's College Savings Program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Thanks again to Jennifer Murdoch, Athletic Director here at Declo High School, and everyone else here for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Trayson Thaxton. And thank you once again to all of you for joining us as the Declo Hornets defeat the Aberdeen Tigers by a score of 21-14. For my broadcast partner, Eric Wardle, and everyone else here behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Dallin Fryer saying so